Well, hey there, I'm Tanvirul from English with Tanvir. What's a gerund? Do you know? I can tell you that I didn't know what a gerund was before I started studying to be a teacher. But native English speakers use gerunds a lot in English all the time, whether we realize it or not. So, it's important that you understand them too. And in today's lesson, I'm going to show you how. So first we need to know what is gerunds. Gerunds look like a verb, but they're actually a noun. Okay, still you don't know what that means. We all know verb is an action, right? We do a verb. For example, I play every morning, but sometimes I just want to talk about an action, not do it. For example, playing football is one of my passion. I love playing football. So, how can we recognize them? What does it look like? Well, the gerund is formed by adding ing to the base form of a verb. The base form is play with ing, playing. I love playing. Play is the base form, playing is the gerund. So, obviously, the reason why this is confusing is because this looks a lot like the continuous form of the verb, right? So, to recognize a gerund, you need to pay attention to how it's used in a sentence, and I've got a test for you. I absolutely love singing, but performing in public makes me really nervous. Standing on a stage in front of a crowd is terrifying. So, did you hear all those gerunds? Did you recognize them? Let's take a closer look. I absolutely love singing, but performing in public makes me really nervous. Standing on a stage in front of a crowd is terrifying. Okay, so far we have learned generally what a gerund is and how to make a gerund. So here is the next question. When and how do we use gerunds? Just like nouns. Gerunds can be used in many different situations. They can be used as a object, as a subject, after prepositions with fixed expressions, after another verb. There's a lot of possibilities. So let's break them down together. Firstly, you can use a gerund when you want to use a verb as a subject of a sentence or a phrase. Example, volunteering is a great way to give back to your society. For example, eating fruits and vegetables is important for a healthy diet. Studying gerunds doesn't have to be frustrating. Okay, so now it's your turn. I want you to write a sentence in the comments below this video to practice. Tell me what can be frustrating or what else is important to your health. Write an answer to that question in the comments below this video and make sure you are using a gerund, not just a noun. We are practicing gerunds today, right? Pause the video if you need to, but tell me what frustrates you in the comments. You can use gerund as an object of a sentence. Now, there are some common verbs that take gerunds as an object, like love, enjoy, prefer, dislike, hate. all these verbs can be followed by a gerund. I really like cooking, but my fiancée is much better cook than me. She really enjoys talking with her friends on internet. I prefer buying meat from local butcher. Okay, it's your turn again. What do you like doing? What do you prefer doing? Write a sentence in the comments below. When you see a verb after prepositions, it's often a gerund. They are words like on, at, in, under, behind, without. She walked out of the room without saying a word. And so, these rules about prepositions include expressions that end in prepositions like in spite of. In spite of training for years, she got knocked out of the tournament in the first round. There is no point in taking your jacket. It's really hot outside. Fed up with. I am fed up with asking you to be quiet. There are some really common expressions that are followed by gerunds too. You do just need to memorize these words. Can't help. I can't help doing it. Can't stand. I can't stand working with lazy people. It's no use. It's no use leaving a message. She never calls back anyway. To be worth. It's not worth spending so much money. These are all really common expressions that are followed by a gerund. And it's your turn again to write a sentence. What are the things you can't stand doing? Write it in the comments below. Now you may see gerund used after another verb. Some verbs can be followed by a gerund. Do you feel like watching a horror movie or a romantic movie? Which is the gerund? And it's a gerund used as an object, isn't it? Not realizing that one of my kids is sick is one of my biggest fear. So the gerund is realizing, and it's a gerund used as a subject. In spite of being injured, she still managed to finish the marathon. So the gerund is being, and it's a gerund used after a preposition. So, do you feel a little more confident about gerunds now? I'm going to go down into the comments and check your sentences now, so I can make sure that you have been using your gerunds correctly. Thank you.